Welcome to the Mother-Daughter-ish podcast. It's your mama's favorite podcast.
And the podcast your daughter always wanted.
This is Miss Dawn.
And Aungelique.
From the 713. Houston, y'all. Get connected and stay connected weekly as new shows debut on Sunday, Wednesday, and please check out our Saturday Out and About showcases.
Enjoy the show. Please subscribe, like, share, comment, and tell every woman on the planet that you know about our show.
Here's our show for today. Hey, it's Miss Dawn. You wondering how you can support our show, Mother-Daughter-ish? We have Cash App, we have PayPal, and we do have Vimeo. Support our show so that we can reach out to more women. Our goal is to reach and build a community of 1 million women. Why don't you come on and help us do that? Hello, mothers and daughters. Today we have a great beginning to our health series for the month of November. Today I'm going to talk about movement, and I'm going to talk about movement from a perspective of things that I've tried, because I am not a girl who goes to the gym, nor do I want to go to the gym. As a matter of fact, me even saying that, I can remember a few weeks ago my doctor said, you're very difficult, and I kind of laughed it off because she was saying, well, you could go out and you could exercise, and I'm like, I don't do public exercising, or there's a lot of things I don't do in public. And I'm just not interested in doing it. So I was telling her, I said, I do have some things at home, like at least 5 things at home that I can do. She was very, very happy to hear that. So that's what I want to do today, is just share some things that I feel like will maybe change your mind. If you are like me and you are not interested in going to a gym, you are just not, that is not your thing. Like, there are some things that I can for sure say that's not my thing. And going to a gym and exercising is not my thing. Now, when you think about exercise, you think about the traditional way that you see people exercise with their personal trainers at gyms, at the YMCA, sweating and huffing and puffing. That's not what we're talking about today. What I'm talking about today is just simply the movement part of it. Now, a couple of things that I was kind of perusing around and looking at, maybe about 20 or 30 different sites, and 5 things I found in common with those sites that I was looking at is that moving your body releases endorphins and helps relieve stress. I hear a lot of people that say they're under stress and then they go for a walk or whatever and they feel a little bit better, helps them to sleep better. And I'll talk to you about something that has helped me to sleep better. It allows you to take a break from the everyday challenges and responsibilities. We know that if you just get up and walk away from your desk and just go and take a walk, or just exercise in place, we're going to talk about that, or just do something that moves your body, it does help with you getting away from those challenges. Because a lot of people have very, very stressful jobs that cause them to need to have a break and to maybe get some movement in. It also helps with your emotions so that they can move through your body. If you realize that your body is energy, then you completely understand what I'm saying. Because if your body is energy and you need to do something to move that energy level to another level, it's kind of like walking into a room that's dark. And as soon as you walk into that room and you flip the switch on for the light, then the light comes on. So in order for your happiness light to come on, sometimes you got to get out and you got to move. And when I say get out, I don't mean out in the wilderness or out in the forest. I'm talking about out from one room to the next in your house or wherever you are. It also provides an outlet for self-expression. We're going to talk about that self-expression in the form of dance. So I'm going to talk a little bit about you, and I'm going to share some stories with you on some things that I put in place for myself, knowing that there are options, but just working with those options that are there for me. The next thing is that it strengthens the connections we have with our body. So when you get to move your body, you can feel a lot of things within your body that maybe you had not felt before. Something that may have inspired you to be in a certain spot. Get these particular tips and see which one works for you. We're going to start with the dance. Now, I know you probably look at that picture and say, there's no way I'm going to be jumping in, as the people back in the day used to say, I'm not going to be moving around and gyrating. I took it way back, didn't I? But dance for me, I started looking into, I asked myself, what kind of dance do you like? And I like dancing, like, for example, you might be on TikTok or you might be on a place and people are doing like dance challenges. I don't post those. I do them in the privacy of my own home. But that's not something that I post because I am of the old school belief that everybody doesn't deserve to see every single thing that you do in your private life. So there are just certain things that is not for public consumption, and that is the way I feel about it. And so you're not going to see me doing certain challenges. I may do silly stuff, but I'm not going to just deliberately get up and do a particular challenge. But ask yourself, what type of dance do I like? Do I like contemporary dance? Do I like hip hop dance? Do I like, swing dance? Do I like the cha-cha? Like, what kind of dance do you? You could take that one dance and take that and use it for your 15 minutes a day. The next thing we're going to talk about, which is so funny because I was at my friend Louise Dewey's house and I realized that we had the same item. It is called a fitness trimmer. It's a figure trimmer, and what it does is it helps to keep your waist trim, and you just stand on it. You see where those 2 feet marks are. You stand on it and you just twist side to side. I literally have had mine since my daughter Aungelique, who is now 28 years old, almost 29. I've had it since she was a child, so over 25 years for sure that I've had mine. I don't know what we used to call them. I just know that I bought one way back in the day from some store somewhere. And back then in the 90s, there was no Amazon, so I had to literally buy it in a store somewhere. But what you do is you stand on it and you just twist from side to side, side to side, side to side. And it helps with your back. It helps with your waist. It helps with your hips. It helps with the movement from, I would say, from your chest all the way to your hips. And so if you are wanting to use that, that's something easy. Now, I was a little jealous because my friend Louise, she had a big one. I have a small one that, you just stand on it and you got to be real still to do it. Hers is big. I was like, okay, it's time for me to update mine. And then maybe I can have one in my office and one in my bathroom. Because I used to just use it in the bathroom in front of the mirror and just kind of make fun with it and put the music on or whatever. Oh, that's the other thing. You can put on your favorite music and you can just kind of twist side to side. It's kind of like those old twist and shout type dance. You know how they used to just twist from side to side? Well, this thing right here helps you to do it effortlessly. What I like to do is stand on it and then put my arms up like chicken wings. And I like to just kind of move side to side. Doesn't really matter what type of music you have on. Guess what? It all works for the good for you. It doesn't make a lot of noise, just like a little rotating little shh, 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 shh. Doesn't make a lot of noise at all. It's easy. You can store it under your sofa, under your bed, under your vanity in your bathroom, under your desk. This thing, you can travel with it. And that's something that I forgot this last time I traveled. I was going to take it with me, but it fits right in the luggage. Doesn't even weigh, even a pound. It is so small. The one I have, this one would be more of a home one. The one I have is more of and I did go online and I looked them up. And by the way, every single thing I'm talking about is going to have a link in the description bar so that if you want to go and look at these items, you can at least look. You don't have to purchase anything that I'm giving you a link. My link is basically for educational purposes and just to show you what it looks like, how it functions. You don't even have to buy it from the Amazon link. I'm just basically telling you that this item is there if you want to see how it functions. Because, on there they have pictures and videos and reviews and all of those things. Pick you up one if it's interesting. Something that I have to tell you that you already know about. But if you want to just move your body, you can literally put on your timer for 10 minutes. And I know you say 10 minutes might not seem like a long time, but when you're walking in place, it seems like it's 45 minutes. I'm going to tell you about something in a few minutes that is going to blow your mind because the math really, if you think about it, don't math, but it is what it is. I never was an A student in math, so I'm going to go with what the math says simply because I don't have the capacity in my brain to want to figure it out. But we'll talk about that in a little bit. Again, everything that I'm showing you, there'll be a description link in the box just for you to go look at it. This is not an endorsement for you to purchase anything at all. Really, it's up to you to decide how you want to manage your movement of your body. Because guess what? It's your body. It's your management idea. It's your thoughts. It's all up to you. However, this thing right here, if you have a desk in your home that you work from, it can slide right up under your desk. Now, I'll tell you right now, they do have some that don't have the bar, but I figure, okay, if you're not too stable and you think you might fall off of it, at least you have a bar there that you can put your hand on, and if you want to listen to music, you could even clip your phone or your music device to it. Or if you want to, you can clip your iPad there and you can watch a show or whatever. Sometimes people, I've learned, they like to be entertained when they are doing any kind of body movement. They like to watch TV, they like to listen to music or whatever. I prefer music, or if I'm watching some type of long form podcast on TV, like a Joe Rogan or a Juicy Scoop or something like that, that I know is going to be on for at least 1 to 3 to 4 hours, I'll put that on and then I can listen from my other machine that I'm about to talk about in a few minutes. But everything I'm going to show you is also foldable, put away type things that you don't have to say, oh my gosh, I have another PC equipment. Because trust me, I completely understand when you say that, because I am that person that maybe about 7 years ago, I bought an elliptical machine because I thought, oh, this is easy. I can just get on it. And the elliptical machine is one of those that you get on, you put your feet in, and you just kind of, I realized I don't want to move my body like that. And this is where I am in life. Anything that I don't want to do, I just don't do it. And I don't want to move my body like that. And so I ended up putting the elliptical machine outside on the driveway. I put a sign on it that said free. I walked back out there in 2 hours and it was gone. So blessings to the person who picked up the brand new elliptical with the brand new batteries that still worked. And when I say it's brand new, I maybe literally got on it 3 times. The kids maybe played on it 2 times. It literally sat in the living room in plain view for 7 years and was never really utilized. Paid a couple $100s for it, and just after I got it, I said, yeah, this is not my jam. So I just didn't use it. But if you are wanting to walk in place, you don't even need this couple $100 machine. You can actually see the one at the top of the photo does not have the bar on it, or you can remove the bar from this one and not use it. I like safety, so I will use the bar. However, if you do not want to purchase a couple of $100 machine, you don't want another PC equipment in your home because you're full. You know, your house is full. That's me. My house is full. I'm done. I don't really need a lot of anything else. You can literally just walk in place. You can pump yourself up emotionally and mentally. Put your headphones in or your earbuds in. Earpods, my daughter told me to make sure I say. If you can put your earpods in or whatever headset you have, earphones, whatever, and you can listen to music while you walk in place. Put the timer on. You know when it's time to start and stop. Any movement is great movement. Next thing on my list I'm going to be talking about is the ab twister. Now, I have not purchased mine yet for very good reason. It's another piece of equipment that does not fold down too good. It folds, but not low enough for me to stick it under a sofa or something like that. So I'm not sure this will be one of the items that I'll purchase. If I purchase something like this, it'll probably be, I didn't see one that was more efficient, but I do know a few people who have this particular device and they swear by it. They say it gives them good back, strength. It helps with their arms. It helps with their chest. It helps with their stomach and torso area, and it helps with their back spine and all of that stuff. So I've heard some really, really good reviews. If you go to the link that I'm going to put in the description box, you will see for yourself that there are really, really great reviews on a lot of these products. Again, you don't have to buy this brand. You don't have to buy that color. You don't have to buy from Amazon. Buy from wherever you desire, and just get the one that you feel is going to work for you. However, if you do have space in your home, then this one is perfect because it's very small. You can see it sits up really nice, and you sit on it, and then it moves your body all the way left and right. If you got a chance to see my video on Monterrey, Mexico, then you will see that we found an outdoor park that had every type of equipment that any personal trainer would love to have. And so if you saw that I stood on this thing and it swung my body from left to right, this is kind of the same machine, except you sit, which is great. Remember on PBS back in the day, they used to have this exercise club called Sit and Be Fit for those for 55 and older? Yeah, that's my jam right there. anything that you can kind of sit and do where you're not gonna, really be so tired and sweaty. I don't want to exercise in sweat. It's not my thing. I remember back in the day when my kids were small, I used to go to jazzercise. Now that was my jam. Couple reasons. I got a chance to learn some new dances. Second of all, I always got really, really energetic teachers. And third of all, I like dancing, so that was my movement thing. I used to go every day at about 5 or 6 o'clock. And so that really worked for me. Now, the next thing I'm going to talk to you about, oh gosh, I can't wait to tell you about this. It's called a whole body vibration machine. I have to talk very extensively about this one because of everything I've listed. This is my number one. My number two, of course, is the shaper. But this right here, the whole body vibration machine, is my favorite. They have ones with bars, they have ones without bars, they have one that take your time and heart rate, they have ones that don't, they have some that is already preset. Now, let me tell you what was my motivating factor of buying this back in 2011. Yes, I've had mine for a long time, way before the topic of this became very, very popular, and it became kind of a a trendy thing. Like, it's really trendy right now, especially for the girls that get the body contouring and all that. This is a part of the thing that they do after. So here were my motivating factors. There was a company in Houston in the Memorial area called Zaz, Z-A-A-Z. And you could go in there, and me and all the kids used to go, all four of my kids, so five of us, we used to go, and we pay $1. And so you pay $1 each person. And here was my motivating factor. Number one, 10 minutes on the Zaz, which is a whole body vibration machine. 10 minutes equals 1 hour. My number two motivating factor is literally we all got to exercise and do a family routine activity at least 5 days a week for $1. So if you add it up, five of us went 5 days a week. It was $25 a week, which is $100 a month pretty much. That was worth it. Well, they decided that they wanted to start selling their own machine, so I bought one from them. So my machine is their brand name, but it's still just a whole body vibration machine. It's a lot more sturdy, upright, and more manageable than the ones that I see nowadays. The ones I see are kind of flimsy. Hate to say that, but it's true. They're a little bit flimsy. And so I really love mine because I have not seen my type. When I talk to people about whole body vibration machines, I just say, oh, yeah, I have one like that. I never say the name or anything because they won't find the one that I have. Back in the day, let me just tell you how unpopular it was because nobody knew about it. Back in the day, those machines were $2,000 to $3,000. And I paid that because it was for me and the entire family. We no longer had to drive from Katy to Memorial to get on it. But now you can buy these machines for $200, $300, have them delivered. Sometimes, like mine, when it was delivered, the person came, connected it, hooked it up, gave me a demonstration, took away all the boxes and everything, left me the serial numbers and all that stuff. So my point is, no matter how you move your body, just move it. Whether you're dancing in the wind or in the flow, whether you get out and you take a walk, and walking in nature is really great. But even if you noticed, in most malls, they have what they call the mall walkers. And the mall walkers are there sometimes from 7 a.m. to about when the mall opens at like 9 o'clock or whatever. My point is figure out what works for you and do that. Figure out what your body likes to do as far as movement and do that. Figure out what makes you happy and not going to make you sad and make you cry because it's not something you wanted to do and it didn't make you light up. Figure out how you can move your body, because the 5 things that I told you in the beginning on how it helps your body to move, that's what you need to do, is to get your body to move. You need to make sure you're moving so that all of your bodily functions can also move. We have so many more topics to talk about as far as it comes to your health and as far as you moving and getting out there and doing something, or going from your kitchen to your living room. And when I say get out there, that's what I mean. But it can be so great for you. And even better is if you find a group of people who want to do this with you. Hey, thank you for listening to the Mother Daughter Ish show today. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you like, comment. Make sure that you share it with anyone that is interested in what we have to talk about. Listen, we literally created a podcast for every woman on the planet. I know you know one. Share the podcast with them. Bye. Hey, it's Miss Dawn. You wondering how you can support our show, Mother Daughter Ish? We have Cash App, we have PayPal, and we do have Vimeo. Support our show so that we can reach out to more women. Our goal is to reach and build a community of 1 million women. Why don't you come on and help us do that?